Welcome back to the Daily Mastermind. George Wright III here with your daily dose of inspiration, motivation, and education. I'm so excited to be here with you today. I'm actually out in California, getting ready to head back to Utah. And, I was talking with a couple of individuals in our small group mastermind, and, the thought came to me. I know that so many people right now are dealing with adversity, things that they're struggling with. It might be personal, it might be business, it might be professional, it might be relationships, whatever it is. But this common thread of adversity is something that I think all of us seem to deal with at various times in our life. And, I wonder sometimes, because I think to myself, why is it that some people struggle so much with adversity? And why is it that some people actually flourish or really go to the next level when it comes to situations that they have in their life? And I think we've talked about this in the past, but I think that when you really sit down and look at it, there are traits and habits and skills and things that successful people tend to lean towards or lean into when it comes to dealing with adversity. So, if you're struggling with some things in your life right now, it doesn't matter whether it's business or personal. Your mindset and the way you react to things in your life is going to make all the difference. So I was reading, it's one of these things that I find myself really seeking out different, lessons, thought leaders, articles, blogs, podcasts, when I in my life am dealing with different things like adversity. And, this morning I ran across an article in Entrepreneur Magazine, and I thought, man, this is a great article. This is something I really think I could share with you, the Mastermind community, that would give you some massive value. And so I want to take you through it because this article was 10 ways that successful people handle adversity. And, there's so many different things we've talked about on how to change your mindset and how to, change your circumstances and view your life. But I think these are 10 very specific things that might give you some ideas. And, maybe one or two of these will work, maybe all of them will work. But I want to go through them with you here today just to give you some perspective and ideas and suggestions, a little inspiration and motivation to help you go to the next level. Because what I found, and this article points out, is that successful people find ways to bounce back quickly. They don't allow themselves to get overwhelmed with negative emotions. And negative emotions are what tend to really create that spiral down effect. And that's the thing that we've got to get you over. It's the thing I focus on, because when you're feeling like you're in a bad place, that's when your logic goes out the window and your feelings kind of take over. And we don't want you to have that happen. So let me go through some of these suggestions. I hope they're ones that you'll find value in. The first one, which ironically is probably the most difficult one, is number one, find your sense of humor. Laughter is absolutely the best medicine. It's the body's way of coping with stress and releasing, kind of resetting the brain, getting endorphins. And so sometimes if you can step back, and I know it's hard to do, but if you can seek out humor and find your sense of humor, you can shift your emotions and you can find ways of dealing with adversity that will help you to become more healthy and more resilient, because it's that adversity that's going to take your physical nature and change it. And we want to get you out of that, and nothing like a little humor to do that. The second suggestion is to be mentally prepared. Successful people are mentally prepared to handle adversity, because it's sort of like that saying, prepare for the worst but hope for the best. That's not an idea of being pessimistic. It's an idea of being prepared. What's going to happen if the worst possible thing happens? How are you going to deal with that? Do you have, for example, I have music playlists, I have books, I have pictures, I have my dreams in front of me, things like that, so that when you get down, you're mentally already prepared to be able to overcome those negative emotions. And so being mentally prepared is definitely something that successful people do to overcome adversity. The third suggestion was take stock in all that you've already been through. And the reason this is important is we talk about this idea that what doesn't kill you make you stronger. Really the point is that hardships and misfortunes shouldn't be something that you stack up as things that you've had to struggle with. You should be looking at those situations and saying, look at what I've been able to get through. And these hardships and misfortunes should actually help you to build your confidence. And it's all a perspective. If you don't take the situations in your life and use them to help you build your confidence because you know you've gone through them and survived, then all you're doing is just stacking up baggage in your life. And that's not going to help you. Your past experiences are proof that you can make it. They're proof that you can get through anything. They're proof that you should have more confidence in your life. And so take stock in everything you've been through and be grateful for that and allow that to help you build your confidence. The fourth suggestion is adversity offers valuable insights. And I know that we've discussed this before, but if you're learning and you're growing, then that's a good thing. Gaining insights as to what you've done in the past should help you. Mark Cuban said, "With every effort, I learn a lot. With every mistake and failure, not only mine, but of those around me, I learn what not to do." We all know that your failures are going to give you a lot to move forward with. So you should want, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute here, you should want to be able to push through failures and adversity. Look at it as a challenge. The fifth suggestion would be make peace with the situation. One of the things that I find the hardest to do myself, and I think you do as well, is to accept difficult situations. Not to point fingers, not to cast blame, but most important thing you could do in a bad situation or in adversity is to just take responsibility, not feel sorry for yourself, not blame other people, but to just make peace with the situation. It is what it is. The minute you can make peace with whatever you're dealing with and know that it is what it is the moment you can start moving forward. And moving forward and making progress is the key to dealing with adversity. That's the number one key, and you can't do that until you accept, embrace, and make peace with the situation. The sixth suggestion that this article had for overcoming adversity, or what successful people do to overcome adversity, is they embrace opportunities inside the adversity. You know, life is definitely going to be full of challenges, and when we learn that the most important thing in life is to identify those opportunities to grow, to pivot, to change course, to be able to create more. I mean, I've had situations that I've dealt with in business that seemed like they were literally the end of the world. I mean, they seemed like there's just no way we're going to come through it. And time and time and time again, they just open doors to new opportunities. What would it be like if you actually looked at your adversity and found it as a way to become a better version of yourself, create more opportunity, maybe give you the strength to leave that job that you just didn't have the courage to leave? Well, they made the decision for you. Great. Don't look at it as a bad thing. Look at it as a new opportunity. The bottom line is you have to learn to identify and recognize the opportunities. Napoleon Hill, in the book Think and Grow Rich, as many of you know I talk about all the time, said, "Every adversity has the seed of an equivalent or greater benefit." And this stands true no matter what it is. It might seem devastating in a relationship or communication or business or personal, your health, whatever it is. It may just seem, just your inability to be able to deal with it. But if you can begin to seek the positive, to seek the solution, to seek the opportunity, your brain will start to change. You'll start to find opportunities. And so seek that opportunity in the adversity, the opportunity to grow, to pivot, to prune your life, to cut relationships that don't work, whatever it is. And I know that that'll benefit you as well. The seventh thing that successful people do to overcome adversity is they refuse to give up. And my business partner, Robert Stuberg, talks a lot about this ability to create resolve in your life. Resolve that you're going to follow through, that you're not going to give up. Fully committing to something going forward will help you to be motivated and determined. You're going to create this mindset that you will overcome anything. You've overcome the challenges in the past. You're going to overcome this challenge. You've got to be able to refuse to give up on a situation. You know, Michael Jordan famously said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. On 26 occasions, I've been entrusted to take the game-winning shot, and I missed. I've failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Failure is the gateway to success, but refusing to give up is necessary for you to be able to be successful and move forward in your life. The eighth suggestion of how to overcome adversity is to have a purpose. You know, we talk about this all the time, having a clear vision, clarity on what you're trying to do, your passion, your purpose, your mission, your cause, whatever it is. That's what's going to keep you when your motivation wanes or when the adversity stacks up in front of you. Having a reason outside of yourself, and that's a key factor, a reason outside of yourself. Because when it's not just about you, maybe it's about your kids, your relationships, helping other people, a cause or a passion that you have, that's when you're going to have the motivation to move forward, even though you may not personally be able to do it or even have the discipline. So have a purpose. The 9th suggestion is an obvious one: keep a positive mindset. The reason I like this one is because it's not just about having a healthy dose of optimism. It's about training your brain to seek out optimism. Your brain, even in times of adversity, needs to be trained to seek the positive. And the way you do this is the neurons that fire together wire together. You have to find yourself, catch yourself quickly when things are negative and flip it around. Ask yourself why you think it's negative. Look for the opportunity. Be grateful for what you have. Focus on the positive. Because if you can keep a positive mindset, even if it's a struggle, that's going to help you persist in order to overcome the adversity that you're dealing with right now. So surround yourself with positive people. Surround yourself with positivity. Inundate your brain with podcasts or books or music or whatever it is that helps you to maintain that positive. But do everything in your power to avoid the negative when you're dealing with adversity, because that's the thing you don't want to have in your mindset. The last thing, and this is the one I really want to emphasize for you, if you're dealing with some adversity right now in your life, you've got to just make a decision to believe in your capabilities. And it is a decision. You don't have to have experience to know that you have overcome many, many challenges in your life. All of us have. And you have to choose to believe in your own confidence, because confidence is what's going to help you through adversity. And even though you may not feel the self-worth, there's a difference between self-worth and confidence. Even though you may not feel that you have the ability, if you look back on your life, you're going to have confidence, maybe not necessarily in your ability right now, but in your ability to not give up, your confidence in your ability to push through, your confidence that you will never, never, never stop pushing, trying, learning, growing. Because I've known, I've been faced with problems in my life. I still to this day face all kinds of challenges, but I always tell myself, I'm 100% confident I'll figure it out. I'm 100% confident I'll go get the answer if I don't have it. I'm 100% confident that no matter what, I'm not going to give up. And that's what you have to be like. That's what you have to do. And I believe that if you were to take any one of these 10, if not all of these 10 strategies that successful people use to overcome adversity and apply them in your life, just the process of listening to this podcast, just the process of trying these things is going to make a significant impact. It's time for you to be able to stop pushing the blame, pointing the finger, feeling sorry for yourself. It's time to just take the ball and run with it. Today's a new day. Everything you do moving forward, the past is the past. It's over with. The future is completely unwritten. You have the ability to do this. And I know that it's never too late to start living the life that you were meant to live, if you'll just make the decision to do that. So that's my message for today. I hope that brings you some value. I look forward to talking with you soon, and I really hope that if you have anything that you need or you'd like some different topics or content for us to contact me at the Daily Mastermind on Facebook or Instagram, or send me an email. All of you, for the most part, know that, and I look forward to talking with you more. That's my message for today. Have an amazing day, and we'll talk with you soon.